Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite, and yes, I did say favorite, spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. Today, we're going to talk about something that I think a lot of people don't understand. And this is when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. You got to believe them, guys. All right? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and it quacks, shit, that's talking, ain't it? You know what I'm trying to say. Then it's a duck. It's a duck. All right, it's time for us to stop playing ourselves because shit is getting real out in the field. You feel me? It really is, though. Like, for real, for real. It's time for us to stop playing ourselves. A lot of times, we want people to be the way that we are, which is okay. It's fine because, in a normal world, that's called reciprocity. However, that's not really the way that things are. And that's just what we call human nature. And it's not bashing anybody because what you have to understand is a lot of times when you don't receive the things that you put out from people, or when people show you things, that you might not like, or when they do things to you unfairly or they mistreat you, yes, they're wrong for it because 9 times out of 10, they probably know better regardless of where they're from. However, what you have to realize is a lot of times people do things like that because they're just unbalanced in some way. Because when you achieve full balance, I'm talking about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual balance, and you just go with the flow of nature and you just live with the laws of the universe, you treat people the way that you want to be treated. And that is naturally called reciprocity, right? It's not necessarily their fault in that way because a lot of times people have problems with healing. They don't know how to identify the cause of their imbalance, or they may just simply be in denial. And I know denial is a river in Africa, but clearly it is also all over the world. You feel me? You feel me? Exactly. So, nobody's perfect, guys. So you don't necessarily have to hold that against people because everybody's different. So I can't tell you not to hold certain things against certain people. But when people show you who they are, whether it's their actions, whether it's their words, whether it's a combination of both or the lack thereof, believe them. Don't be in denial. Don't lie to yourself. Don't waste your time or their time. Sometimes people do things like this because they have nothing else to do. Boredom is at an all-time high, especially now with the coronavirus and whatnot going on. It's a pandemic. People are bored. However, if you are constantly giving and giving and giving from your cup, pouring into someone else's cup, your life source, your energy, your time, your love, your essence, everything, your light, everything that makes you you, if you're just constantly pouring it into someone else's cup and you are receiving nothing back in return, there is going to be an imbalance. There's going to be an imbalance. Why would you want to starve yourself? Why would you want to cause your own imbalance? Don't lie to yourself. Alrighty, a lot of times we want things, we have ideals, perceived notions, preconceived notions of the way we want things to be, the ideal situation or person or whatever it may be, right? And we have so much faith of what we want and so much hope that sometimes we can project it onto others. And what we feel is not what they feel. And a lot of times their actions will show you. And when people show you that, they're showing you how they truly feel. Okay? If you feel nothing but love and kindness and, friendship, loyalty to a person, and you show them that, and they don't show you the same, That says a lot. Because guess what? Regardless of everything else, actions always speak louder than words. Always. Always. Because that is the oldest form of communication, is your actions. Before people really knew what words were, before they were able to form them into a vocabulary and a dialect, they had to use their actions to communicate. That is something that is ancient, that is embedded in everybody's DNA. Everybody's DNA, their actions. Regardless of what you say, your actions will always denote the truth. If you are a person that pays attention. Alrighty? So when somebody shows you who they are, it's not them giving you their resume. It's not them listing off their qualifications or the things that they have or don't have or want to achieve. It's not them telling you their dreams, goals, and aspirations. It's what you see them doing. That's what it's about. How are they spending their time? How are they acting towards you? How are they implementing those dreams, those goals, those plans that they told you? Do you see them working towards those? Is that what you want? Huh? Is it in line with what you are doing or where you are going? Alignment is very important. And a lot of times, people, our lives become unbalanced because we have people around us who are not aligned with us. They are not aligned with us. Mentally, they're not aligned. Spiritually, they're not aligned. Emotionally, they're not aligned. And there's nothing that you can do to force somebody to reciprocate those things to you. That has to be something that they want to do of their own free will. Okay? And if they're not doing that, even if they did not know how to do that when they came across you or came into your presence, your energy, your vibe, we, as I said, are creatures of habit and instinct. And a lot of the ways that we learn is by watching others. Alrighty? Humans are visual learners more than anything else. That's why people learn from example. So even if they're not knowledgeable of those things, if those are the things that you do in your actions and they see you doing it, they would learn how to do it as well. Or they would see how it feels when it's done to them and reciprocate it out of instinct. If they do not, it's because they don't want to. Period. So what does that tell you? What does that show you about that person? Are you going to believe that? Or are you going to believe the bullshit that they may tell you? Like, oh, my bad. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, see what had happened was, oh, this and that. How long are you going to believe that, if so? Understandable. Everybody makes mistakes and no one is perfect. But when something continuously happens over and over, or you constantly have to remind someone of what reciprocity is, or constantly show them or overgive, hoping that they would take the hint and give it back to you in return, then maybe, just maybe, might not be the one. At what point do you say, okay? Because what that also does is it depletes your energy. It puts you out of alignment. Because when you give to something and you receive nothing back, that puts you out of alignment. That's why it's best for you to put yourself in fruitful and abundant environments if you want to be fruitful and abundant. You can't put yourself in a sparse or scarce or non-abundant, non-fruitful, non-reciprocal environment and expect abundance. You're not in alignment to receive that. That ebb and flow is not there. It's not there. It's only going one way. You need the ebb and flow. You feel me? You feel me? I'm glad you feel me though. I'm glad you feel me because I was worried. I was like, they not gonna feel me. They not gonna feel me. But y'all feel me, so we good. We good. We good. See, I know my peoples are smart. I know my peoples, and I know y'all smart. That's why I know y'all feel me. We here. We here. But definitely, that's something that you need to really, really start paying attention. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to the people around you. Pay attention. What do they show you? Do they show you the same things that you show them? Do you like what they show you? Do you see them tell you one thing, but their actions say differently? If so, it's a problem. But it's one thing I need for you guys to remember. When people show you who they are, when they show you who they really are through their actions, believe them. Believe them, y'all. Don't be anybody's fool, all right? We didn't come here to be stupid. We came here to be abundant and blessed. Okay? Okay, yes. Yes. I love you guys. Be safe, okay?